The worldwide trend on Twitter was hashtag Mueller report. There's also Barr, the Attorney General, trending as well. But let me show you this. This is a Google Trends. It's data from what we're all searching around the world. It's comparing the last 7 days in interest in the term Mueller report. As you can see, this is kind of at the bottom here, dum 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 dum, and then we hit today. And look, it explodes right the way up to the top. That is the highest. It's 100. That's the highest score Google Trends will give a search term. It then starts to drop off, but that peak came during the press conference. And over the last 7 days, it's interesting that the country in Europe that is the most interested, or has been the most interested in this term, was Ireland in the last 24 hours, and the UK also creeping in as well. So very interesting. People are interested in this, not just in America, but around the world. But let's take you to perhaps the man who was the most interested in it, the president himself. This was his tweet as that press conference was coming out. And have a look at this. No collusion, no obstruction for the haters and the radical left Democrats. Game over. Now, fans of the HBO series Game of Thrones will recognise that writing, again, mimicking that show. And we've seen it before. The president's seemingly a fan of mimicking Game of Thrones. Sanctions are coming. A play on winter is coming. That was way back when it seems a long time ago now, doesn't it? But not that long ago, when the US pulled out of the Iran nuclear deal and was throwing ahead to reimposing sanctions. That was the president's take. No, calling it for the haters. Game over, he called it. Donald Trump Jr., well, as well as tweeting short tweets like, told ya, also went on to say, at this stage, anybody continuing to debate or demand more information on this or carrying the conversation on, he says, is helping Russia sow division. So perhaps trying to throw this now onto the opponents of Trump, who are saying we want more, we want the full report, this doesn't exonerate the president. His son saying, you are now sowing division, we should be coming together. That is the take of Donald Trump Jr. But the conversation is far from over, partly because, Janat, have a look at this. This is the Mueller report in its entirety presented as an infographic. And look at all these black spots. Perhaps if I bring up another tweet, it's even clearer. These are the redacted sections. In fact, some whole pages are redacted. Now, for critics of this, the presentation of this report and its findings, this is not good enough. This congresswoman tweeting that this is what Barr, the Attorney General, is calling lightly redacted. This simply is unacceptable. They are calling it a cover-up, some on social calling it a cover-up, but certainly many of those who want to see Mueller before Congress are sharing these redacted pages and saying, let's see the full thing, or at least talk to the man behind it. So, Janat, game over, the president says. It seems not to be game over in terms of the conversation on social, though.